Let's talk about de-essing. It's a critical step to your vocal chain because it's how you control the overall harshness or smoothness of your sibilants. But depending on what tool you're using and how you're dialing it in, it might be easy to kill all the high end of your vocal and just suck the life out of it. So let's talk about how to do it the right way using the ultra transparent de-esser in Xvox. It's important to note that all de-essers aren't built equal. Some are going to be more transparent, some will add artifacts, so it's important to make sure that you're using a de-esser that you know is going to get you transparent results. And that's one of the main reasons I love the Xvox de-esser, because it's super transparent, you're not going to get a ton of artifacts, and it won't kill the high end of your vocal when you're just trying to de-ess some of those sibilant sounds. So the basics of setting your de-esser: find a spot in your session and loop it. This is a great spot because it's got a few different types of sibilant sounds. It's got SH, some S, so take a listen.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing.
It's even got a T sound in there. So this is a great section to loop. Once we've got it looped, we're just going to turn the de-esser up until we start to see the de-esser meter moving, but not all the time, only when there's an S or T sound happening.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing. But I spend my time hoping and wishing. But I spend my time hoping and wishing. But I spend my time hoping and
You can see we've pushed it too far when the DS meter is happening all the time. We only want to see that DS meter when there's a sibilant sound happening.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing.
Already we can hear a much smoother sound on those sibilants. But let's say you want even more control. That's where the DS focus control comes in on Xvox Pro. And this gives you even more control, setting exactly where that de-esser needs to do the most work.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing.
So you can see on these lower frequencies, we're going to get a smoother sound because that's where a lot of the harshness is happening in this particular vocal.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing. But I spend my time hoping and wishing.
You can see that with this vocal, the higher frequencies are really not a problem. It's really the lower frequencies that we need to de-ess. So we're going to play around with that between 2 and 4 kilohertz here.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing. But I spend my time hoping and wishing.
So I think 3.5 sounds the most natural to me. It's very smooth, but it doesn't sound lispy. It doesn't start to take away from what we actually want out of the sibilants, which is some nice clear and open sounding vocals. Once I've dialed in the focus exactly where I want, I'll typically revisit the DS amount just to make sure it's exactly where I want. Sometimes when you pull out lower frequencies, you don't quite need as much de-essing. At the same time, maybe if you're focusing on higher frequencies, you might need a little bit more. So it's a good idea to just dial in your focus and then tweak the DS amount until you've got it exactly where you want it.
But I spend my time hoping and wishing. But I spend my time hoping and wishing.
So try this out in your next track the next time you want to smooth out your sibilants and make sure that you still keep all the life and energy in the vocal.